Taylor Swift, I Can Do It With a Broken Heart. Good morning. We are Big Joe and Laura on Mix 95.7 Grand Rapids Best Mix. We did it, Laura. We've made it to Friday, September 27th, 2024.
Woo-hoo! Good morning.
Oh, my gosh. Yesterday was such an action-packed day. We did work stuff. We got to go out and do our Workplace of the Week drop-off with that Vito's Pizza and Garlic Knots. And
yes.
That was so fun getting to see everybody. And, man, I'm so tired that only thing keeping me going is the Detroit Tigers.
Well, I mean, they are doing really well.
Yeah, I am so excited for this weekend, and I'd love to know what your weekend plans are this morning as you're getting up. Like, let's look forward to it. You can share it with us in the Mix 95.7 app. Give us a call, 616-600-0957. But the plan for now is today I'm going to meet up with one of my friends, kind of east of Lansing, and we're going to go carpool the rest of the way to Detroit to watch the Tigers game tonight.
Okay.
And then on Saturday at 1 o'clock. So I don't know. I love baseball so much. Like, that's my favorite thing. Like, I know you love music a lot too.
Yeah.
But like going to a baseball game, whether it's the Whitecaps or the Tigers, that is my happy place.
Now, are you at all nervous about the fact that the last time you went to a Lions game, they lost? So, like, do you think you're going to ruin the Tigers' run for the playoffs?
That's what you took away from this.
Well, I mean,
now I don't want to go.
Well, I thought you would have thought of this before now. I figured you had a game plan for the fact that you're a bad luck charm for Detroit teams.
Wait, so, okay. Why are we even talk? So are you suggesting something, Laura, like if I go to the game tonight?
You need to, like, really do some lucky stuff because I think naturally you are not a lucky person.
Nope.
So I feel like maybe you need to take a lucky rabbit's foot, maybe wear a lucky pair of underwear.
Are you allowed to take a rabbit's foot into a baseball game?
I don't think there's any rules against it. Maybe frowned upon, but I don't think that they're going to stop you necessarily.
So if I'm, okay, I don't even want to say, why am we saying this? Oh, boy, please don't let this be manifestation.
I'm trying not to. I'm trying to unmanifest your problems here.
Well, it doesn't sound like it. If I go to the game tonight and the Tigers lose, should I just come home so they don't lose again on Saturday?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, again, if they lose twice and you're at both games, I am fully blaming you for this.
I'm not really, like, superstitious. I mean, I'm a little stitious, but not a ton. Okay, sorry. Hey, you know what? I'm just trying to get through the day like we all are, but I'm excited. There's so much going on in West Michigan and across the world. We're going to tell you about it in your Need to Know News coming up. Hang out. It's Big Joe and Laura on Mix 95.7.
If you're a facilities manager at a warehouse and your HVAC system goes down, it can turn up the heat, literally. But don't sweat it. Grainger has you covered. Grainger offers over 1 million industrial-grade products for all your operations, including warehouse HVAC maintenance. And even better, they offer access to experts and fast delivery, so you and your warehouse can both keep your cool. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
It's time for Big Joe and Laura's Need to Know News on Mix 95.7.
The Detroit Tigers are even closer to making the playoffs after another big win yesterday.
Jahan hits it high in the air, straight away. Yep. Siri is camped. He's got it. Vierling racing home. The throw is late. The Tigers will not stop.
Justin Henry Malloy delivers in the 8th. 4-3 Tigers.
Oh, that energy is amazing. The Tigers' magic number now to make the playoffs is 1 game. That means Detroit can clinch as early as Saturday, but that also means they need some help from the Minnesota Twins. So with 3 games left to play in the season, the Tigers control their own fate. In fact, they could lose one of these last 3 games and still possibly make the playoffs.
Wow.
So this is crazy seeing as they were like 8.5 games out of it. I love these Detroit sports teams. Is getting my heart pumping now. This and the Lions. I'm a happy camper.
Hopefully they don't pull a Detroit and let us down at the last second.
You know, Laura.
Okay, listen, speaking of things that are mildly disappointing, if you're someone like me, there are 2 more major politicians coming to Michigan this weekend. I feel like all of them live here now, right? Like,
pretty much. They got a home.
Yeah, everyone running for office right now has a second home in Michigan. But former President Trump is going to speak in Walker today at 2 o'clock. There will be closures and delays in the area. Obviously, if you want more details on what to avoid, you should check out the Mix 95.7 app. We have a handy little road map there for you. But starting at noon, you'll probably see some delays around town. So do not be be surprised if your commute kind of gets messed up this afternoon. And then tomorrow, VP candidate Tim Walz will be in Ann Arbor for a tour stop, and he's going to make an extra trip over to the Minnesota-Michigan game because obviously he's got to see his home team get beat. As much as I don't want to root for Michigan, I'm also going to root for them over Minnesota.
I am not a Michigan fan and not commenting politically, but wouldn't that be tough if you like Tim Walz and Harris, but you also don't like Minnesota?
Yeah, I know. It's like,
you're like, yeah, boo!
Are you really winning people over here if you're coming to root against our team?
Oh, yeah. Is this the best political strategy? And let's cry for your final Need to Know news story, because that's what we did after we watched this long clip. Let's. I'm going to put this up on our Big Joe and Laura Instagram story, because it's like 5 minutes long.
Yeah.
But here's this little clip. Hoda is leaving the Today Show. She said her 60th birthday celebration this past summer made her realize, you know what? It's time for me to move on.
And I remembered standing outside looking at this beautiful bunch of people with all these gorgeous signs, and I thought, this is what the top of the wave feels like for me. And I thought, it can't get better. And I decided that this is the right time for me to kind of move on. And then I thought about, obviously I had my kiddos late in life, and I was thinking that they deserve a bigger piece of my time pie that I have. I feel like we only have a finite amount of time. And so with all that being said, this is the hardest thing in the world.
Oh, Hoda. You know what? I'm happy for her for taking care of herself and spending more time with her family, which is obviously important, but I'm a little heartbroken to see her walking away.
I truly believe, and I think she's doing the right thing for her, which is awesome. I think a lot of people would do that at the end of the day. But I think the pandemic, the one positive thing I take out of it, because so much of it sucked, is that I think people realize what's important in life, or at least it opens their eyes a bit more.
Absolutely. Because at the end of the day, it's not about what job you did. It's about the people you loved and who surrounded you. So make sure you take that time and maybe spend a little extra time with your family this weekend as a reminder.
And Hoda's not totally gone. She said she's going to stay with NBC in some capacity, but didn't really elaborate. So I wonder, maybe will we see her like a couple years from now at the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade when they cover that?
Doing like little side gigs when they need her. Maybe when the Olympics comes around, we see her again. You know, I would love that for her to have some sort of like part-time capacity, because I'm sure financially she's set. So that's not a problem.
That is Big Joe and Laura's Need to Know News here on Mix 95.7, Grand Rapids Best Mix. Big Joe and Laura here on Mix 95.7, Grand Rapids Best Mix.
Okay, so obviously we're all guilty of being a little negative and looking at the wrong things in life. I think most of us are. There's like occasionally one of those sunshiny people that are like, how do you exist?
It's hard to always stay positive. I mean, life is tough, but I get you.
Yeah, so I found some advice on the internet that basically is people who are sharing simple pieces of advice that have significantly improved their life. These are small things you could do on your day-to-day basis that won't cost you anything, but could make you a lot happier.
I like everything you're saying so far.
Okay, so here's some of the ones that I found that I think are the best ones that will hopefully change your weekend, change your life, and make you slightly happier. The first one, if you can't beat feared, do it afraid. Talk yourself into doing things. Just do it as a joke, is what they say. Or like we used to say on the internet, do it for the lulz. When you're afraid of something, just do it. Make it a joke. Find some way, but stop allowing fear to keep you from doing things that you want to do in life.
I get where they're coming from, but I'm afraid to do that.
That's the point. You got to, like you said, do it for the lulz. Millennials, you know what I'm talking about. Okay, it's better to ask stupid than to do stupid is our second piece of advice. Ask the dumb question. It's so much better in life to ask the dumb question than it is to be like, I don't know, and then just assume and fall into a hole.
Can we put like an asterisk in this real quick?
Okay, sure.
Unless you're in a meeting that everybody wants to get out of.
Yeah, no, don't ask a stupid question.
Just don't know and deal with the consequences later.
Or ask privately when it's on your own time. But yeah, if you're that coworker in our office, you know who you are.
Tommy.
Oh, you're going to call him out like that. Yeah,
He's not listening. It's okay.
It's fine. Yeah, don't call. I don't think that's not how that works. Anyway, here's your third piece of advice. You can't control the emotions you feel, but you can control the actions you do regarding those emotions. And this is a piece of advice I need badly right now. I can't help it that things make me mad sometimes. I can't help it that I'm a little impatient about certain things or I feel the way I do, but I can affect how I react, especially out loud to those things, but also inside. I can tell myself this is stupid, this is fleeting. I can let it go.
Would you be mad if I started telling you, like, Laura, let it go?
No, you're not allowed to say it.
Or maybe like, let it go, let it go.
Men, here's an asterisk to this piece of advice. Don't say it to your wife. Just let her figure that one out on her own, or maybe feed that advice to her through a friend. But yeah, don't tell her to let it go. That is definitely going to get you into more trouble. The fourth piece of advice I have here for you: never accept criticism from someone you wouldn't accept advice from, which I love this piece of advice.
I've heard that quote recently, and I agree with that. Once again, when you get maybe 100 comments if you did something like happy birthday, then somebody's like, oh, you're old. Like, that's the one thing you take away from it compared to all the good stuff. Like, we love you. So thankful for you.
Well, and the stupidest people are the ones that say things like that. So, because it takes a stupid person to say something like that. So don't let crappy people, rain on your parade. It's not worth it. All right. So a piece of advice from the internet: talk kindly to yourself. I am the most guilty human on the planet of calling myself stupid and saying I'm dumb and making fun of myself and making fun of my weight. And I have to stop doing it.
Oh, I've been trying so hard with you to do that because
you and my husband both.
It feeds off that. And I'll talk to Laura like she's a little kid, like, no, we don't say that. And I'm like, tell me you're smart. Say it.
I'm smart.
I've been doing that. I've been working out now, Granville Fit Body Boot Camp, and it is so hard for me to look in the mirror, and I challenge you to do this. You will cry if you don't do this, to say, Joe, I'm proud of you.
Oh, I can't do that one.
That's
not
what
ready.
I'm saying, but we need to do these kind of things.
I know I need to. I don't want to. That's too vulnerable with me. I'm not ready to be that vulnerable with me.
I don't like me.
Okay, no, she's okay. She's pretty mid. I get it. And then finally, this piece of advice from the internet that you should take into your world to make your life a little better: don't compare your behind-the-scenes self to someone else's highlight reel. Don't let someone's social media sunshine. That couple that's perfect, they're fighting. They're yelling at each other. They're having a bad time, just like you are too. And it's okay. You're not posting that on social media. They're not either. So don't forget that.
I was thinking about creating an Instagram where it's just all the lowlights of my life. And not that like my life's bad, but I was looking right now on my Instagram like, I don't have a lot posted up except for I've been working out lately. But if I think of all the things like, I messed something up or the dogs chewed something up, like I'd have so many things to post.
I mean, just for the days you're late to work, honestly, you might go viral. You should just start. This is a great idea, Joe. You should really do this.
Okay.
I don't think that's what we were supposed to take away from this, was it?
Nope. Mix 95.7, Grand Rapids Best Mix. We're getting into it. Big Joe's Little Wins. We want to hear the good stuff happening in your life. Share it right now. 616-600-0957. Heather in Grand Rapids, you got a little win this morning?
I am calling about a big win, and this is me surviving the death of my son in January and living my life and finding peace and loving my class this year. So I have several big wins.
Heather, first of all, I want to give you a standing ovation for just getting through the day-to-day minutia after what you've gone through this year, because I can only imagine how difficult it could be to navigate that grief you're probably going through right now. But the fact that you see it as a win, that you're getting up, you're giving yourself your all and to your class, like that's just, you are awesome for that, Heather. And I just want to give you the fact that you deserve a trophy and a big win just for getting through all of it.
Thank you.
Is there something you could point to that has helped you get to this point to get through each day?
Yeah, if there's anyone else out there struggling.
My son was severely disabled and ended up dying of a seizure. So his whole life, and he was 23, his life was it was very difficult but full of love. We had found a lot of joy in his last years. He was in a home and he was the happiest he'd ever been. So because living every day with him, especially the last 18 months, was full of just peace and love and laughter, and he had this beautiful gut laugh. For me, it's that. When someone dies, even if it's your child, but you have zero animosity and zero guilt, and it's just love and joy, you can recover. I do travel. I do go to find water, find peace, and I surround myself with only really good people. And when I'm sad, I say I'm sad. There was a day last year I went to work. I've been crying all night. I had to text my principal and say, I have to go. I'm too sad to be here. So you have to be honest and accept help, and people will step up.
Oh my gosh, Heather, you're absolutely right, because at the end of the day, you can only just be thankful for the moments you had and find that peace and joy in what memories do remain. And good for you for that, because genuinely, like, I've struggled with my fair share of grief losing family members over the last 5 years. Geez, like a majority of my close family passed away. And it's just, sometimes it's just remembering like all the good stuff and how happy everybody was and how happy you still are and how there's still so much more life left afterwards. And I commend you for finding that and sharing it with us today and being vulnerable with us on the radio, because that's just, you're such a warrior for that,
Heather, I just want to meet you right now and give you a big freaking hug.
The biggest radio hug ever from us to you right now, Heather.
Thank you. And I just want to say to everyone to take lots of pictures and lots of videos, because you just never know, because I did, and boy, am I thrilled. I have more happy pictures of his 23 years than some people do in an entire lifetime. So take the pictures, take the videos, and put yourself in them, even if you're in a bathing suit, ladies.
Amen. Amen. You're going to love yourself regardless in those moments later.
Heather in Grand Rapids,
Yes,
that is one of the most ultimate little wins ever. Thank you for sharing your story.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you. Have a great day.
You too.
Thanks.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye. If you have a little win, man, that just really hit me hard.
Yeah.
We'd like to hear whatever it might be. 616-600-0957.
When you think about businesses that are selling through the roof, like Aloe or Allbirds or Skims, sure, you think about a great product, a cool brand, and brilliant marketing. But an often overlooked secret is actually the businesses behind the business, making selling simple. For millions of businesses, that business is Shopify. Nobody does selling better than Shopify, home of the #1 checkout on the planet. And the not-so-secret secret? With Shop Pay that boosts conversions up to 50%, meaning way less carts going abandoned and way more sales going. So if you're into growing your business, your commerce platform better be ready to sell whatever your customers are scrolling or strolling on the web, in your store, in their feed, and everywhere in between. Upgrade your business and get the same checkout Skims uses. Sign up for your $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/try, all lowercase. Go to shopify.com/try to upgrade your selling today. Shopify.com/try.
We're Big Joe and Laura here on Mix 95.7 Grand Rapids Best Mix. And I want to know, were these men hitting on me?
Okay, I'm very intrigued by this. I don't love men that catcall women, but I love these kind of stories.
I wouldn't even call it catcalling. Okay, what happened? My husband and I were traveling with our little guy from Knoxville to Grand Rapids over the weekend, and we stop frequently for fast food when we're traveling with the little guy because it's hard to get him out of the car. So we try to, like, if he's sleeping, we try to, like, sneak through and get all of the stuff and then get back on the road so we don't have to worry about, you know, the whole hoopla of everyone getting out of the car and all of that. So we stopped in a Taco Bell because it's one of our safe places. We have like 2 or 3 restaurants and we're like, okay, is there one of these nearby? Open the app, find out. So James finds a Taco Bell. He finds it through the app, so he has no idea that it's attached to a Speedway. So
interesting. Okay.
It was a very questionable decision to start, but we'd already ordered through the app. So we said, we're here. We're going to take it. We're just going to hope we don't get food poisoning. So we show up. We're in the middle of nowhere, Indiana. I can't even tell you where we are. We pulled through the drive-thru. James is sitting in the back seat with the baby because he gets fussy if he's by himself. So I pull up and the guy opens the window and he's like, mobile order for James. You don't look like a James. And I was like, all right. Like, I get this every once in a while because the account's in my husband's name. I'm the one driving the car. Yeah, okay.
I pick up Lindsay's Starbucks order and use her credit card. It says Lindsay. So, yeah, but I never have that happen.
No, but he says this. And then I said something along the lines of like, oh, yeah, he's in the back with the baby. But I think he only just heard that I have a baby in the back and didn't hear that my husband was back there because our windows are pretty tinted on the car. So he starts to continue to be like weirdly talking to me too much and ask me, so like, what kind of sauces do you want? Like, what kind of packets do you want? I was like, oh, do you have the special one that you can only get through the app? Because that was one of the things that James had ordered. And he was like, I don't know what you're talking about. I'm like, well, then if you don't have that, I don't want any sauces. He's like, so do you want, we have Diablo sauce. And I'm like, I don't I don't want your sauce. So, like, already this guy is barely competent. So finally, I'm just like, I don't want any sauces. Please don't give me any sauces. Another guy comes to the window and goes, hey, James, your mobile order's about to be ready.
What are these guys, twins or something?
I don't know. Both of them are making this both terrible joke and being weird. And he was like, so how many kids you got? And I was like, just one. Just one. Why does this matter? This has nothing to do with anything. And he's like, oh, I got you. And he goes back inside. He hands me the bag out. Not only is the bag full of more sauces than I've ever seen in a Taco Bell in my entire life. Like, I think he dumped every one of the little containers into the bag.
Okay.
He also stuffed 4 taco coupons into the bag as if he was trying to feed me and Justin with free tacos. Like, I'm a provider, baby. I got this. And I just, like, I rolled up the window and I looked in the rearview mirror at my husband and I was like, was I just getting hit on? And I don't feel like I ever get hit on. And I'm like the last person to see myself in that way. So I don't want to come off as one of those people who's like, oh, she thinks everyone's hitting on her. But it was one of the weirdest experiences. And I don't know if these people were weird or if they were hitting on me. So from your experience of hearing this story, Joe, what do you think?
I have internal thoughts all the time, but I don't think I'm the kind of guy that actually verbalizes and hits on people because I'll be the dude that gets arrested for it. I don't know. Like, part of me that if I was a lady and a man offered me 4 free tacos, I would be in love.
I mean, it definitely felt like a gesture of love.
For you, especially now that you're a new mom and you're trying to get your groove back and everything, I'm gonna say, yeah, they were hitting on you so hard, Laura. They were hitting on you all day long.
I mean, listen, if getting hit on gives me 4 free tacos, we didn't even order tacos, by the way. Like, there's nothing to lead them to believe I wanted these tacos because I don't want them.
Yeah, I mean, if they would have given you 1 free taco, no, they might have gave that to me too. They gave you 4.
4.
Who does 4?
Coupons. So my husband's gonna enjoy those probably, and I guess moral of the story: don't go to the Taco Bell attached to the Speedway unless you want some really great customer service.
Do you think Laura was being hit on? I kind of think she does. 616-600-0957, or maybe you had some kind of weird things where you're like, was I hit on? We like to know those situations too. We'll let you know if you were or not. It's Big Joe and Laura on Mix 95.7.
If you're a facilities manager at a warehouse and your HVAC system goes down, it can turn up the heat, literally. But don't sweat it. Grainger has you covered. Grainger offers over 1 million industrial-grade products for all your operations, including warehouse HVAC maintenance. And even better, they offer access to experts and fast delivery, so you and your warehouse can both keep your cool. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
We're Big Joe and Laura here on Mix 95.7, and I want to know, were these men hitting on me? I stopped at a Taco Bell attached to a Speedway, which I feel like has something to do with this. I know it doesn't really, but long story short, we were in the drive-thru. My husband's sitting in the back seat, so the guys at the drive-thru don't realize he's there. They see that I use his mobile name, and they start hitting on me like, oh, it's James and his mobile order. And they're like, being weird. He keeps asking me questions about sauces. I tell him I don't want it, and he gives me literally a half a bag. I'm not kidding. We had to dig through sauce packets.
Not to take away from it. I think everybody does it at Taco Bell. I don't know if that's them hitting on you.
I've never had that experience. They're usually stingy. They give me 1, and I'm like, but I need more than 1, you monsters.
Go to the Taco Bell on Michigan Street.
Okay.
They'll do it.
Well, no, I'd rather not get food poisoning. Anyway, not the point. But long story short, they give me all these sauces. They give me 4 free taco coupons. And then I think the guy was trying to be provider because he asked how many kids I had in the back. And I only have 1. So I guess that was the right number, not too many to try to commit to. So I wanted to know, were these men hitting on me? And you guys called in with some stories of your own awkward encounters like this. You can always call us 616-600-0957. Brianna in Grand Rapids, did you get hit on and not realize it?
So I am not sure. I was terrible at that before I got married. And I was working as a waitress at a restaurant, and a guy from one of my college classes came in, and I have like all the dirty dishes I'm cleaning up from this table, and he comes up and starts talking, and he was like, oh yeah, we should study sometime. Like, can I get your number? So I was like, yeah, sure, whatever. And then I take the dishes back, and another waitress is like, you were just hit on. I was like, no, I wasn't. It's just for school. She's like, no, yes, you were.
Brianna, as a dumb man that now works in radio, if I was ever to tell a girl back in the day we should study, it had nothing to do with studying. You were getting hit on.
Yeah, Brianna, I would have fallen for the same thing, though. Don't feel bad. I would have done the exact same thing you did. I would have been like, oh, cool, somebody wants to help me with my math that I'm really bad at. And then I would have gotten myself in an awkward situation, which I did frequently do when I was younger, now that I think about it.
Right. I did too.
So did you end up studying with him?
Like after class, yeah, but then I didn't like think anything of it. So I guess I just put off like, no, this is just studying. So
you forced him to actually do his homework one time and then he moved on.
Right.
Brianna in Grand Rapids, have a great day.
Thanks for calling.
You too.
Grand Rapids, did you get awkwardly hit on?
So I used to have a regular at a store that I worked at that pretty much if I looked down, if I looked off, for some weird reason, he always had Kit Kat bars on him. Not like the mini ones either, like full size, like the 4-bar Kit Kat bars. And he was like just this heavily like Albanian man. And so he would just walk in and go, you look sad, take chocolate, and slide it across the desk at me. And the first time I was like, oh my God, that's so sweet. And the 8th time I was like, why do you have these?
Where did you get these?
Where are you storing these?
Yeah, were they all melted? Like, were they in his pocket?
No, I swear to God, he had a cooler or something. Like, these were solid Kit Kat bars.
You know what, though? If a man wants to hit on me by handing me chocolate bars, I honestly am not going to complain. I think that should be the rule. If you're going to hit on me, you legally have to hand me a chocolate bar.
I had a coworker look at me one time. He goes, you looked sad today, didn't you? I was like, I guess so.
Yeah, I would be smiling permanently forever at that point.
Hey, Gray, do you think the guys that gave her 4 taco coupons were hitting on her at Taco Bell?
I'd say so. When I worked in food service, I wouldn't have given coupons to somebody that I didn't think was hot.
Oh, great. You're the best always. Thanks for calling. Have a great day.
Thanks, you too.
Bye.
It's time to play Laura Can't Lose on Mix 95.7. Here's how it happens. You'll have 1 minute to answer 5 questions. You can pass if you need to, and we'll come back if time allows. A tie goes to Laura because, well, her name's on the show. Here's who's playing Laura Can't Lose today.
Let's say good morning to Kyle in Grand Rapids.
Welcome, Kyle. How are you this morning?
I'm doing phenomenal. How's it going, guys?
Hey, pretty good. You got your chance to walk away with a $55 Michigan Lottery ticket jackpot if you defeat me today. Good luck, my friend.
All right, go ahead and kick Laura out of the studio.
Thank you. All right, Laura, get out of here.
Adios.
All right, Kyle, when that door closes, question 1 comes your way. Which state's name comes from the Chippewa word for large lake?
Ooh, I want to say, let's go with Michigan.
Question 2, in 1908, these 3 letters became recognized as the universal distress signal.
SOS.
Question 3, what kind of fruit juice is used to mix into a Bloody Mary?
Tomato, but I think that's no, let's go tomato. That's gotta be.
Question 4, a jellyfish is made up of 95% what?
I'll pass on this one.
Question 5, this credit card company asks, what's in your wallet?
Capital One.
Question 4 again, jellyfish are made up of 95% of what?
Let's go with I'm gonna say water. Water. I don't know.
Okay, I'm gonna bring Laura in.
Laura, la 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 Laura.
Kyle, while Laura's walking back in, tell us a little bit about yourself.
So I'm Kyle. I'm originally from Grand Rapids, down in East Grand Rapids, but I have ended up going to school for the past few years at Hope College over in Holland, and now I'm back in GR after graduation. So yeah, just had to work right now.
Welcome back. What brought you back to GR?
I got a job over here, so I moved in with one of my buddies right downtown, and now we're just living together, working.
Heck yeah! Well, awesome. Well,
just 2 bros enjoying the world together.
How much of a bro is how much of a bro is Kyle? How'd he do?
Kyle is not going to be your bro if you want to win. At least he's making it hard for you. Kyle got 5 out of 5.
Oh, all right.
That's what's up, bro.
Kyle sounded a little
I
surprised
was
himself.
scared about that jellyfish one.
All right. Shh, shh, shh. Don't give it away.
Oh, something about jellyfish. Got it.
Great. Question number 1 for you, Laura. Which state's name comes from the Chippewa word for large lake?
Michigan.
Correct. 1-1.
Ooh, it was between Michigan and Minnesota, and I couldn't figure out which one it was. I was
That
like,
was me too. I was thinking the same.
I wonder now if Minnesota means land of 1,000 lakes, because I'm pretty sure like that's their saying or whatever.
yeah, I'm pretty sure it does.
Question number 2. In 1908, these 3 letters became recognized as the universal distress signal.
SOS.
Correct. 2-2. Question 3. What kind of fruit juice is used to mix in a Bloody Mary?
Tomato.
Yeah, I've never been a fan of those. Kyle, you went to college.
Yeah, I don't like those either.
Okay.
They're too salty for me.
Yeah, no, it's a weird flavor combination. No, thank you.
Especially in the morning, it's like I don't get it.
Yeah.
Question 4. A jellyfish is made up of 95% what?
Water.
That is correct. 4-4. Going to the final question.
They're all weird and slimy. What else would they be made of?
This credit card company asks, what's in your wallet?
Credit card company? Oh, I think of them as a bank. Chase, right?
Incorrect.
No, who is it? Is it Amex?
Capital One.
Dang it. Dang it.
Laura, you know what's not in your wallet anymore? Michigan Lottery scratch-off tickets.
$35 worth of them. Kyle, congratulations. You can pay that bill.
Oh, thank you so much. That's right. I needed it.
All right. Well, hey, Laura, since you lost, you know what you have to do, right?
Yeah, I'm Laura from Alger Heights, and unfortunately, sometimes I do lose. Congratulations, Kyle in Grand Rapids, for taking me out. And if you want to be like,
thank you so much. That was really fun.
of course, if you want to be like Kyle, give us a call to play 616-600-0957.
If you're a facilities manager at a warehouse and your HVAC system goes down, it can turn up the heat, literally. But don't sweat it. Grainger has you covered. Grainger offers over 1 million industrial-grade products for all your operations, including warehouse HVAC maintenance. And even better, they offer access to experts and fast delivery, so you and your warehouse can both keep your cool. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Big Joe and Laura here on Mix 95.7, Grand Rapids' best mix.
And we are talking about porch pirates. There is a fake Amazon driver striking people in Grand Rapids. Basically, he's going around, and I don't know how many people he's done this to, but one family reported it to Fox 17 that this guy basically followed their FedEx driver who had several boxes of Apple products, including AirPods and other things. FedEx driver drops it off on their porch, walks away. This guy in a Amazon vest that does not work for Amazon walks up to the porch with a fake package, places it there, and then takes their AirPods and stuff and walks away. And because he's in that Amazon vest, you don't think anything of it because you're like, oh, they're getting another package, no big deal. And even though the guy walks away with boxes, again, you may think maybe they're returning something else. It's one of those common things that if you saw it happening at your neighbor's house, you wouldn't think twice about it, especially if your neighbor is Joe's wife, Lindsay.
Yes, my wife, Lindsay, does that a lot.
She orders everything off Amazon, so this could easily be you guys getting scammed.
It reminds me not of like a porch pirate thing, but a lot of times you will hear people that will kind of case a place or break in. Maybe they look like they're a meter reader or something. Like they got a vest. They look official. They should be there. And you don't even, it just blends in with what's happening.
I had somebody do that to me here when I first moved into my house in Grand Rapids, actually. We caught him on the Ring camera because I was like, why are you checking the meter at 3 a.m? Like, there's no reason for that.
Is there copper in this? That's what they were checking for.
Probably.
Oh my gosh. Well, I'm trying to think if I've had a porch pirate moment. I have, but I haven't. Lindsay and I have been trying to get rid of things decluttering. There's a free Facebook group where you can just get it for free. You pick it up on people's porches.
Oh yeah.
So we have this box that says free, and I've been putting it out by like between our sidewalk and the road. So if you're driving by, you're walking by, you peruse it, you take it, and we get rid of it so we don't have to throw it away.
Oh, that's cool.
And it's been going really well. We've got rid of a lot of stuff. But then at night, I'll bring it back. I don't want to leave it out there for somebody to trip over or something. So I'll put it on our porch behind our chairs that we sit on. And I noticed the other day, I'm like, hey, what'd you do with the box? I can't find it. She's like, I didn't do anything. We checked the Ring camera. Some person in the middle of the night came through, grabbed the box, and just walked away.
Now, did the box on it say free?
It said free everywhere, but that doesn't mean the box is free. That was a really good box.
You know what? At least it wasn't like one of those really nice Tupperware, or not Tupperware, the tub things.
Yeah.
Yeah, at least they didn't take that because that would have been like fighting words. But like, no, I paid money for that. The box I didn't really pay money for. I paid money for what was inside of it. But I did have a porch pirate steal for me when I lived in an apartment complex because, you know, like there's so many people there. And I lived in an apartment that had an indoor entrance. So at least you had to come in the doors. But I had weirdly enough, internal cabin fan for a car I owned at the time delivered to my house so I could replace it myself because I didn't want to pay the people at the car shop like, you know, $50 or whatever it is for them to replace the fan.
I can do that myself.
Yeah, all you got to do is pop off the what's the thing that your registration goes in?
Glove box?
Yeah, you pop the glove box off and then you can just basically put it in there. It's super easy if you just YouTube it. So I was like, oh, I could save myself like $50 if I do it myself. I ordered it on Amazon. Someone stole that thing. It was specific for my car. I know it has no resale value. I don't even know what you would do with it if you found it. I'm sure it was like November. I'm sure they thought it was a Christmas gift of some sort. But I remember just being like, man, not only do I have to like get a new one of these, but like what an annoying thing. And then literally a week later, I ordered different flavorings to make candy for Christmas. And they stole my package of candy flavoring. Again, a thing. I'm like, are you going to bake? What good is it? It's such a tiny envelope. What did you think you were going to find? I guess maybe you could have found something really expensive in the tiny envelope, but it just aggravated me so much. I get everything sent to my workplace now. So if you want some tips on how to avoid being porch pirated, I do have those inside the Mix 95.7 app as well as this whole story. But we want to know, have you had someone steal something off your porch? The more ridiculous, the better. Or have you found a way to retaliate against these people?
Yeah, like what did you do?
Yeah, I love to hear these stories. 616-600-0957. Again, that's 616-600-0957.
O'Reilly. You need parts? O'Reilly Auto Parts has parts. Need them fast? We've got fast. No matter what you need, we have thousands of professional parts people doing their part to make sure you have it. Product availability. Just one part that makes O'Reilly stand apart. The professional parts people.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Mix 95.7 Grand Rapids Best Mix. We are Big Joe and Laura.
We're talking about porch pirates, specifically this porch pirate here in West Michigan who is posing as an Amazon driver. Basically, they kind of went up to someone's house, stole hundreds of dollars worth of Apple products right after the FedEx driver dropped it off, and they were wearing an Amazon vest, so no one really realized what they were doing until it was way too late. And so we wanted to know, have you ever been struck by a porch pirate or a thief of any kind? 616-600-0957. Angie in Holland, did you have something stolen off your porch?
So my daughter had these gnomes. They were these little statue of gnomes that were piled on top of each other, super cute. And somebody stole them out of our front yard, and she was just devastated about these gnomes. So we're driving around one day, and we found them in our old neighbor's yard. Our old neighbors had come to steal her gnomes.
Oh my gosh!
Did you approach? What did you steal them back? What did you do?
We did. We went and we stole them back.
Angie, that is absolutely what you should do. Like, you don't talk to people with that lack of common sense. You just, deal with them on their level.
Yeah, we're like, why have they were hand painted? Like, we had went and hand painted them together, and so we knew they were ours. So, yeah, we got back though.
Angie, do you think that your neighbors really like them? Did you guys have beef and they're like, we're going to get them back after we move?
Or is there a chance that maybe they thought you were already done moving and they thought they had just been abandoned?
No, they were actually at our new house. They had stopped over to say hi to our new house. And then a couple days later, they came up missing. We didn't think anything of it. We had no issue with them. They're very nice people. Just decided they really liked those gnomes.
Okay.
Oh my God, that's
now, obviously,
terrible.
they took it, but has anything ever been said since then?
Nope, not a word.
Oh my gosh. And obviously they knew you took them back. I mean, like, how would they not? That's insane.
Okay, and my daughter, she's 21 now, and she still has those gnomes. She took them with her when she moved.
Oh, good. Well, hopefully no one steals them from her again, because clearly they're very cute. Angie, thank you for sharing this morning. We appreciate you, and I hope you have the best morning.
Thank you. You too. Bye-bye.
Thanks. Bye.